Brad Williams, Excel Prime. Arrays. An array formula is a formula that can perform multiple calculations on one or more items in an array. You can think of an array as a row of columns or values, or a combination of rows and columns of values. Array formulas can return either multiple results or a single result. Beginning with the September 2018 update for Microsoft 365, any formula that can return multiple results will automatically spill them either down or across into neighboring cells. This change in behavior is also accompanied by several new dynamic array functions. Dynamic array formulas, whether they're using existing functions or the dynamic array functions, only need to be input into a single cell, then confirmed by pressing enter. Earlier, legacy array formulas require first selecting the entire output range, then confirming the formula with Ctrl+Shift+Enter. They're commonly referred to as CSC formulas. You can use array formulas to perform complex tasks such as quickly create sample datasets, count the number of characters contained in a range of cells, sum only numbers that meet certain conditions such as the lowest values in range or numbers that fall between an upper and lower boundary, sum every nth value in a range of values. The following examples show you how to create multiple cell and single cell array formulas. In this section, we'll show you how to create multiple cell and single cell array formulas. Where possible, we've included examples with some of the dynamic array functions as well as existing array formulas entered as both dynamic and legacy arrays. In this example, we have cars. We have a unit price. What we want to do is use multiple cell and single cell array formulas to calculate a set of sales figures. The first set of steps uses a multi-cell formula to calculate a set of subtotals. The second set uses a single cell formula to calculate a grand total. What we're looking at here is we need to figure out number of cars sold times the unit price. We're going to enter F10 to F19, so we have this unit number sold times the unit price. You just enter this into H10. I have the formula here. All I did is I put a space bar here so I can show you the example. I've mentioned previously about the spill feature. As soon as I hit enter here, you're going to see the spill feature do its thing. It automatically fills this down. If that doesn't work for you, I have been searching for ways to turn it off, and I'll update this accordingly. But that's the single structure in terms of using a multi-cell array. And now what we'll do is we'll use a single cell array in order to calculate this. And what we do is we take sum F10, F19 times G10 to G19. And this is a single cell. And we equals sum and F10 to F19. We'll put a asterisk times there equals 1590. And that's sum F10, F19, G10. If you're working on Excel before 2018, you'll have to hit Ctrl+Shift+Enter in order for this to work. For this sum here, for here, you could just enter F10, and then for the sum, you can enter this formula here. If you want to avoid that altogether, you can use the sum product function, and it'll do the same thing without the Ctrl+Shift+Enter. Now, what is the array? The array is this data right here. We're going to use multiple columns and multiple rows to derive a number. That's all an array is. Don't let the word array overcome you. It's just another word. In its simple terms, this is an array. This would be an array formula. In the old days, we'd have to use Ctrl+Shift+Enter. This is an array formula right here, but this is a dynamic array. Now I'm using Excel 2021. If I go to H20, 1590, and I hit Ctrl+Shift+Enter, nothing happens. Why? Because the system overwrites it and says, hey, you don't need to enter the Ctrl+Shift+Enter. Older versions, you're going to need to use Ctrl+Shift+Enter. Now you're going to find a lot of problems with the Ctrl+Shift+Enter in terms of getting out of that Ctrl+Shift+Enter and removing that array. It'll encourage you to upgrade to 2021. If you want a free version, you can use Office 365. Excel has a free version. All you have to do is log in to office.com, sign up, and you'll have a free version. It's lumpy, it's clumpy, it's slow, it has its own personality, but it works. Whether it works for you, you can make that decision. You can buy very inexpensive versions of Office 365 for as low as $5. If that breaks your bank, sorry to hear that. I strongly encourage you to upgrade. It'll make your life much easier, even though there are some glitches and nuances and the period of getting used to the transition. The benefits outweigh not upgrading. If you enter Ctrl+Shift+Enter, it's called the CSE. If you have an older version of Excel, the only way to get rid of that particular array, you need to highlight whatever range you highlighted in the first place. You have to delete the whole thing. That's the sad thing about this older version. With this newer version, you can make some modifications you couldn't do with an older version. For example, if you entered an older version and hit Ctrl+Shift+Enter, and you tried to enter a new row, you couldn't. Today, I'm going to add a row here. Hit Ctrl+Shift+ on your keyboard, and you can see I entered a new row here. This is one thing I don't like, is it's overwriting and it's putting in some number here. It's going F10, 20, G20, G20. It's spilled down, and that's a feature I don't like. If you delete it, look what happens. It blows up your model. There's still a lot of problems with this dynamic stuff that I'm not happy with. It's something you and even myself will have to adjust to because, well, we're not working at Microsoft. We really don't have a lot of room to gripe. Go back, hit Control-Z, hit Control-Z. Look what happens. The spill feature doesn't work. To fix this, go up, hit a space, close off. And as I've mentioned in other sessions, this dynamic array has a cache that you and I can't access. We can't recycle this thing as though we were on a browser. The only way to clear this spill problem is just to close it out and just put a space in between this formula, hit go, and it will spill. Brad Williams, Excel Prime. Thanks for watching.